on the brink of announcing his plan for the first U.S. troop withdrawals from Afghanistan, a move that could be a huge factor in his re-election campaign. His long-awaited speech on the drawdown set for 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. Of course, CNN will have live coverage. Let's go to our Pentagon correspondent, Chris Lawrence. He's working the story for us. Chris, a lot of numbers being thrown out there. What are you learning? 100,000 U.S. troops now in Afghanistan. How quick of a pace will they start coming out?
Yeah, well, sources are telling us that the president is going to announce that he wants to bring home 30,000 troops by the end of 2012, with the first 10,000 of those coming home by the end of this year. If that's true, that number would put him smack dab in the middle of a fight between congressmen who signed this letter to him urging the president to make a significant, sizable withdrawal, and military leaders who have urged a steadier, slower drawdown.
A congressional source says the defense secretary and General David Petraeus pushed for just 5,000 troops to come out this year instead of the 10,000 the president is expected to bring home in 2011.
That worries me a great deal because I don't think there's anyone who is more knowledgeable than General Petraeus.
Defense Secretary Robert Gates explained that decisions like this one are not made in a vacuum. It's not just about troops and Taliban. You've got to factor in congressional concerns about how much money and manpower is committed to Afghanistan and the American people, who even he admits are tired after 10 years of war.
So the president obviously has to take those matters into consideration as well as the conditions on the ground in Afghanistan in making his decision.
But some former military officials say it all sounds too calculated.
Almost fundamentally, it's a political decision that the president's making.
Retired General Spider Marks says even the low number the military recommended would have repercussions in the field.
A 5,000 withdrawal is significant to the commander on the ground that loses that 5,000. That's almost unacceptable.
Most of the training the Afghan forces get, they get on actual missions alongside American troops and allies.
If the drawdown of American troops and other international forces is too fast, then most of the capability that the Afghan security forces are getting today out in the field is not going to be available to them.
But some say the drawdown is way too slow.
It should be a significant number. That's what the president is committed to, and that significant means a minimum of 15,000 by the end of this year.
And even analysts who favor slow and steady admit at a cost of $2 billion per week, Afghanistan is expensive.
Economy in the United States makes this war unaffordable at the scale that it's currently being waged.
Now, spring and summer are considered fighting seasons in Afghanistan, and what this would do is it would at least give the military 2 full fighting seasons with the bulk of that 30,000 surge force this year and next spring and summer. There's also the possibility that President Obama could simply say he's bringing home the surge at the end of next year and give the military